Hello, my cross-stitch friends. Welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda Mae, and this is my channel, Ardith Design, where we celebrate counted cross-stitch, sustainable stitching, and making all the things. I'm so happy you joined me this week to talk about counted cross-stitch. I have some fun stuff to show you. I have some works in progress. I have some upcoming plans for cross-stitch starts and all the things. I have my new release to show you and a little bit of punch needle if you would like to stick around. And then depending on how the dogs and my children let me talk to you all, I can also show you a couple of books that I got that I would love to show. They're older cross-stitch needlework books, maybe for some inspiration if you're looking to stitch something that is new to you. All right, let's get started. I'm so happy to be here. I pulled out a bunch of things to start, and of course, with kids and dogs and the snow and everything, I didn't quite start them, but I do want to show you. But I will definitely show you right now what I have been working on the last couple weeks. And I remembered this time to even bring the magazines and everything to show you the proper stuff. All right, the first one is this pattern. It's called Hello Summer, and it is in the August 2020 issue of Just Cross Stitch magazine. I believe this is available for digital if you have a digital subscription. I'm not really sure. But I love this because it's got the puffin and it's got the lighthouse and the beach and the fish and the blue crab. And of course the seahorse. I love the little seahorses. I love them so much. So I started this piece. I just have it in my little vinyl bag, nothing fancy. I used kind of a loose color and cotton conversion. I've just kind of been pulling threads, and I had a couple just, classic colorworks, Victorian motto. I'm just kind of pulling as I go. These were the color and cotton threads that I got in her patriotic box. I want to say it was in 2019 that I participated in that, and I got her like limited edition thing. So I started it, and I'm stitching it 2 over 2 threads over 2 linen strands on a piece of fabric. Hi, do you want to come over and say hello? Do you want to say hi? Do you want to say hi? Hi, Pug. Yeah, hi, sweetie baby. And it's a little wrinkled because I do stitch in hand, but here we go. Here's what I have so far. Now, I made tons of mistakes, like super tons of mistakes on the sail here, but I'm gonna go with it because the wind can blow the sail. You can be blown about, and you just gotta weather the storm, right? So I'm okay with the sails being a little off. And so I've got that first row in. So then in the center, it has this, it says some summer. I don't know if I'll have it say enjoy summer, or if I will leave it blank or maybe put another bird or another something in there, because I like this piece. I could have this up year round because I have lighthouse stitches, and I have, don't I? I have a lot of stuff. So we'll see what I end up doing with this. I'm not sure what piece of fabric. Oh, it is 36 count smoke blue Edinburgh linen, and I got it. It's just a 9 by 13 piece, and if you're interested, a piece will fit on that 9-inch fabric just fine. So that is one of the patterns that I am stitching, and then I started working on the Barbara Anna Designs kitty cat, not her new lemon kitty cat, which I want to start so badly. That is currently, I think it's on Creative Poppy, and it's a black cat with lemons. Oh my it's so cute. But I told myself I'm not gonna start that until I finish the kitty cat that I have started. And did I even grab it? No, I forgot to grab it. No, I did. It's behind me. I already put it behind me. Oh my goodness, fiddlesticks and gumdrops. I'm so happy you're all here. I really am. I'm gonna move the camera back here. There we go. Okay, so it is in the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine, and it is this one here, the Trick or Treat Kitty Cat. I believe this is also available in digital if you want to get the digital subscription. So that's something you can look into and research. So I picked a really pretty like purple fabric. I also got it on 1-2-3 Stitch, and it's a 9x13 piece of French lilac by Lakeside Linens, and it is so beautiful. But I have run into a snafu. Yes, I have. And that is, I did not follow Barbara Anna's. See how she did it on this beautiful blue? I did it on too light of a fabric. So I am afraid that the details are being washed out. So she is on, this kitty cat is on the 36 count linen. I'm stitching with 1 strand of DMC. I'm doing all the called for threads. I'm over 2 linen strands, and the shading in her skirt you can't really see, and that same shading in the skirt is what's holding the pumpkin stuff and then the stems of the flowers on either side here, and it's just not gonna show up. So I'm gonna have to do a little bit of a color conversion to get that stuff visible, but I had an idea. Hear me out. Okay, so this is a 9x13 piece of fabric. I have, if I fold it in half here, you can see the kitty cat design will fit on this side, and then the Lemons kitty cat that's on Creative Poppy right now maybe could fit on this side, and I could use the colors from the lemon and integrate it over with the Halloween one, and then they can be a pair of kitty cats with similar themes, with a similar color palette. So I think I'm gonna do that. I'm getting really excited. I just really want, I really want to start that. I think since my birthday is this week, I think that might be a birthday start for me, and I'm really excited. Yes, I'm excited. Oh, do you want to say hello? Come here. Hi. Here, this is Loki Apple. He is having a bit of a rough time right now because it has been snowing and icy and ice rain here in Maryland, and he does not like going outside. No, so it's, yeah, I know it's been a struggle going out and getting cold, and we put him in his little sweaters and his little jackets, and he's still shaking. Yes. Okay, I'll stop talking about you. Okay, do you wanna help me show them some other stuff? Yeah, should we show them my upcoming plans? Okay, I have the 2 stitches that I showed you that I worked on. I have done a lot of model stitching, so I can't show you that stuff yet. But I can show you my finished here, which is my all bodies are good bodies, and I made it into like a little miniature wall hanging, a quilt wall hanging. So all bodies are good bodies. I used scrap fabric from my stash, and it's stitched on the actual cross stitch there is stitched on a piece of white the very, very white fabric from Witchelt, and then it's charted all with DMC, and I think it's lovely. I think you could, depending on what size fabric you use, this is a 32 count Witchelt, the linen, so, and with 2 threads over 2 strands of linen. If you wanted to stitch it on a smaller count, you know, it could be bigger, or, you know, 40 count, or you could make it maybe into a bookmark, or put it, you know, in a 3x5 frame, like next to your desk, or, you know, make it into a wall hanging like I did. But basically just to remind yourself or to remind your family or those around you during this time, you know, that all bodies are good bodies. And it's good to have that reminder. I grew up dancing. I was a ballerina. I danced for 13 years. And so I unfortunately was in a very toxic atmosphere when it came to weight and body image. So I really want to instill in my children and those around me that all bodies are good bodies, and, you know, not to be ableist, and to love everyone. So that is my thing. And if you're like, Amanda Mae, I love that pattern, how do I get it? Well, I'm gonna send it out this week in my newsletter. So be sure to sign up for my newsletter, and it's gonna be a free chart. So I'm gonna send you, and it's gonna have the download, you know, where you can get the chart. If you would so like to stitch it, you can open up the email, or if not, if you just want to join my newsletter, that would be wonderful too. And then I can keep you up to date on stuff that's happening with Ardith Design. And I'm also thinking about offering, like when I send my newsletter out, there'll be something, either a free chart or a free printable or a free piece of art that you could print out, you know, something meaningful. Not so that's my plan. So I would love it if you would join me on that adventure. And so, yay! Okay, oh, speaking of adventures, I cannot wait to start some new projects. I want to show you, I've come one step closer. I have ironed my fabric. So I pulled out threads because I decided I'm gonna do a thread conversion. I'm definitely gonna do a thread conversion, and many of you gave me some really good tips about using your fancy floss and being afraid that you don't have enough. One person said to go ahead and use one strand of your fancy floss and one strand close approximation of your conversion and DMC, and then that way your fancy floss lasts twice as long. So I want to thank you for that tip, and I might just try that out. So I am going to start for my birthday, which is this week. My birthday start is going to be the piece out of Tend Your Garden. This is a quilt book by Barb and Alma. They're the designers of Blackbird Designs. And so this is, you know, mostly a quilt book. However, there are a couple cross stitch pieces. So I went ahead and I printed out the chart, and I'm not going to show it to you. And so here is the piece, and it's called, I think, the Grandmother's Garden. Now, I did not know my grandparents, and so it won't be dedicated to my grandmother, but I was thinking, this is an idea. My husband is really close to his family, and so I was thinking maybe putting my husband's grandmother's name on here, and that way it's meaningful. Both of his grandparents lived in Wisconsin, and one of them, she was a retired school teacher and loved to cook and everything. And her house was built, it's been in the family since like the 1850s. And it was built there, and obviously not to code, right? Today's code, but all around the property are bleeding hearts, which I think are the most beautiful flowers. And so I wanted to see maybe if I can integrate like a tiny motif or something of like one of the bleeding hearts. I think that would be really lovely. I don't know, I just think it would. So we'll see what happens. So the conversion, I'm gonna go through the colors. I grabbed my personal stash of Victorian Motto. I had purchased that grab bags from Color and Cotton, and I got some questions about that, wondering how you can get grab bags. I am a huge fan of Angela's colors. I am not affiliated with her company other than as a designer. I have like an upcoming release coming up using her threads, and then Happy Holidays here. The fireplace design that's right here is stitched all in her threads. Okay, I am on her Facebook group. It's like Fans of Color and Cotton, and she announces like, hey, I've got grab bags if you want to head over to the website. And it's first come, first serve. So if you are interested in stuff like that, I would say join her private Facebook group, answer the questions. And then if you're, scrolling on Facebook and it happens to pop up, awesome. I've tried to get a grab bag for almost a year, like grab bag threads, and she'll post it and I'll see it like 20 minutes later and then they've already been sold out. So, it truly is a grab it while you can. So I have these threads here I'm thinking about looking into. I also have the XJU colors, XJU design from her Halloween color box. I got the small one from Kitten Stitcher. So I was thinking I'm gonna look at those colors. And then I have some silks that were sent to me. I have silks from Karen. I have silks here from a fellow Maryland stitcher, Megan, and she sent me these with the hollyhock pattern, which I need to stitch. So I have some gifted silks here and the XJU. So I know I can come up with something. And I know I've shown you this pattern and I keep telling you I'm gonna start it. Well, I ironed my fabric. However, I dry ironed it, so I couldn't get all the creases out and I didn't want to starch it. But I have this piece of XJU. Ooh, the wind is blowing. XJU, and it's Little Bunny, 36 count Little Bunny. And I went ahead and sewed down my edges so I don't lose any fabric. And so I just got to make sure I orient my start correctly and get this going. So this is going to be my birthday start. And I'm really excited. Sorry about that, babe. I'm really excited about that. What else? Okay, my next start that I want to do is the Marie La Tweet net. I have all the floss in here, but I need to make my thread drops and get them all going. I thought I would put them on bobbins, and then I've decided, no, I'm gonna go ahead and get them all on thread drops and ready to go. And then the fabric was gifted to me from Karen, and it's a Belfast 32 count white, and it's a huge piece. I've got to sew down the edges, and then I won't cut the fabric until I've made sure that I have the full diameter of the circle stitch actually started. I don't like cutting my fabric prematurely because I'm always afraid that I won't have enough, or the flip side, I cut and give myself too much fabric and then I've wasted maybe 3 or 4 inches. So we'll see. I know I'm prohibitively frugal. Okay, one more thing. I am a huge lover, proponent, advocate for utilizing your public library for resources, research, art inspiration, and cross stitch or quilts, books, all the things. I found that through my library, there is a app, and it's called Libby. L as in lady, I as in ibis, B like bravo, bravo, and then Y like yes. So Libby, they have some of the back issues of the World of Cross Stitch, Cross Stitcher magazine, like the best of cross stitch, and they're licensed through the media company. So my library pays a certain amount of money for members to have a subscription, and then the magazines like Cross Stitcher magazine, they've licensed people the ability to read the magazine. So I went through some of the back issues and I found this, and it is the bird. Can you sense a theme going on here? And I only printed out half of what it looks like, but the birds, and then it's got a bunch of the back stitches is all in the cages. And it's from Cross Stitcher magazine, September 2018. And it's designed by Felicity Hall. So this is probably already out. If she does, it might be available through the designer's website and not just through the magazine, depending on her exclusivity rights. Because I know Emma Congdon does a lot of designs with Cross Stitcher magazine, and then after a year she is able to put them up on her own Etsy sites, which Emma Congdon has amazing patterns. But this is the one that I really liked. I really liked the birds and all that. So you were like, Amanda Mae, why are you all into these birds all of a sudden? Well, I told you all I want a bird wall, right? I'm gonna make it happen. So I am a huge fan of Susie Reno. She is a fellow Flosstuber, cross stitcher, former cross stitch designer. And in her new home, and go check out her Flosstube channel, but behind her, she's got some photo ledge shelving, and she's beautifully displayed her, curating her collection of cross stitch that you can see behind her. Well, I started researching the photo ledge shelving. I ordered 56-inch long, 2 of the white shelving to put up on my wall and start the bird wall. They just came in the mail. I haven't taken them out of the box yet, but I'm hoping that I can have it installed, and then maybe by next couple of Flosstubes from now, I can unveil the bird wall. So I'm really excited. Yay! Should we talk a little bit of punch needle? Okay, this is Happy Meal and punch needle together. Okay. Last year, before COVID, I was going to participate in the Needlework Emporium here in Maryland in Bethesda, and it has been postponed again. So, but it was going to be my first ever show as Ardith Design, and I was going to meet some of the other, booths and the owners of other shops in the area, and one of them is Artistic Artifacts, and she has a shop and she has a lot of really cool stuff. So I follow her page, and she was talking about wonderful thread, and I realized I had that thread. That's what I was using for my quilting, but she was showing some of the specialty threads here. Wonderful. Here, I'll show you. So Wonderful, not affiliated in any way, not sponsored. I went on their website. It's a Canadian thread company. I went on their website. They have a US website, so I was able to order $20 or more. Your order ships free. So I ordered $30 worth of thread. I ordered, because I wanted to see the difference, because I'm a huge fan of sulky threads. They're 12 weight, all the things, right? So I went ahead and ordered some threads to try out with cross stitch and punch needle. So I got like this green, and this is a number 8 pearl cotton. I got just a regular, it's like a green, this fuchsia pink. And then I got, and it's attached to my needle, my punch needle here. Let me grab it. This, and it's number 12. So it's 12 weight, and it's gorgeous. The color is so vibrant. So these are number 8s, and so number 12. So I started experimenting with my punch needle. So I want to show you. I have shown this design before, like my artwork sketch and stuff, and I don't know, I'm hoping to release it in the near future as a punch needle chart. So let me show you, I'll do the back and then the front of it. Okay. All right, so here's what the back looks like, and this is where I've been punching. Okay, so, and then this is, here, I'm taking, this is the Morgan 7 and 10 inch hoop. I'm just pulling the bottom off so I can show you better. And here is the front side, and I'm doing the dimensional thing with the different sizes of the punch, makes the different layers. So this is my sloth holding the hibiscus. It's a 3-toed sloth because I love sloths. And the hibiscus, and I love it. So I have it's the green and so that's the green, and here's that fuchsia, and then I started on the blue there. I love it. It's so bright and vibrant. So I'm hoping to have this done very soon, and I can officially say I'm very impressed with this new thread. So I'm excited. Yay! So that is my new thing, and they sent me like a free calendar. So, and they're showing, you know, all the different things you can do with their threads. Oh, and what I love, so this is their calendar, and I was so excited. Guess what June is? Well, I'm gonna show you. Here, May is so beautiful. It's toned down sampler, that. And then I'm a big fan of Mr. Domestic, and his project is in the calendar here. This is his Hands of Pride, originally designed with the traditional 6 colors and the LBGT flag. The black and brown colors were added to identify that even in queer spaces, brown and black voices are still being minimized. This pillow was quilted with the Deco Bob 80 weight thread. How wonderful is that? So I have this beautiful calendar with the threads. So I'm really excited. I'm gonna place another order and see about some more goodies to make. Yay! Should we talk a little bit more cross stitch? Should we? Yeah? Okay. I got 2 used books, and I love me my books. So I went through them and I marked all the patterns that I liked. So I got these 2 books. They might be available on Amazon or eBay on the secondary market. I did not check before starting to film. This one is called The Cross Stitch Garden by Melinda Koss. And what I love about this book, is that it's all has really unconventional finishes. I know several people have said, if I have to frame one more piece, or if I have to make one more little pillow, blah, blah, blah. Well, what I loved about this book is that most of the finishes are not frames or little pillows. I say that, and then the first thing I'm going to show you is the geranium pillow. Okay, I promise there's more than pillows. Okay, so there's the geranium pillow. The next one is this clock. I thought this was so cool. So I will say that this book is computer program, so all the charts are like colored graph paper, like colored in squares. I know many of you are huge Adam and Eve fans and love to stitch the Adam and Eve. And so this is an Adam and Eve sampler, but it's a barometer. So you add that barometer component. Oh, so, and you know, their little bits are covered with fig leaves, of course, and this is the fruit mirror, and it's got lemons and bees, and I love it. Look at this. Can you see fruit? I mean, who would have thought to make a mirror? And so again, the next one is, okay, I'm trying not to show the pattern. It's a toadstool, and it's made into a book cover, and I love toadstools. Love them. This is, it's hard to see, but it's like Easter bunny in the garden, and it's like an Easter bunny sampler. Yeah, you can't really see it very well. I'm gonna see if there's a better picture. Sweet pea design. No, I guess there's not a better picture of the sampler, but it's really cute. It's got like rows of bunnies and cabbages and carrots, and the bunnies eating the cabbages and carrots. The water garden, and I loved this part. So look at that bird, and then look at that frog on the lily pad. So beautiful. Or is that a toad? The water garden component. So there's like the insects and bugs and the heron and lilies. Where did it go? Oh, so look at these fish. The goldfish key holder. And then there was the owls. I love the owls. And of course, they're in frames, but I showed you a lot of stuff that wasn't framed. So I love that. So this book is, again, by Melinda Coss, C-O-S-S. And it's called The Cross Stitch Garden. And I'm just looking at the copyright date because I didn't look at that. It's 1995. And I love, it's dedicated to the silly old tart and her wonderful little tartlets. So I guess you know who you are if you're the little tartlet. So there's that book. And then this book, oh my gosh. I wanted to show it last week, but the punks had other plans and were barking up a storm. This is the romantic needlepoint. Now, you can translate the needlepoint like into cross stitch. You don't have to do it, you know, needlepoint wise. Don't you go up there. Uh-oh. She's jumping on the trampoline, about to jump into the window. Uh-oh. So this is like Romantic by Candace. All the different kind of romance things. This is the goddess, the Coptic god and goddess. Well, they just don't want me to show you this book, I guess. All right. For next time, I'll show the romantic needlepoint. Thank you all for joining me this week. It's been a pleasure, sending you lots of love and light, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Okay. Love you.